Hi, Scott here from Kinetic 365 Coaching. So I'm going to do a session today using the GoBStrong blood flow restriction device. Sounds a little bit sci-fi, doesn't it? Well, you've probably been aware of blood flow restriction training. You probably see it, people in gyms, weight training, muscle building, these sorts of things. We're going to use it in cycling. Okay, I'm going to show you how it's going to improve your VO2, it's going to improve your muscle strength, so your peak power. It's actually going to improve muscle size as well. And we can do all this 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, and we're going to do it as well, low loads. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, it's not. Okay, so bear with me. Okay, here's the system. Okay, it comes in a tiny little box. Blood flow restriction has actually been around in terms of a form of development for 50 years, nearly the same age as me. And as its early start was in medical science, coronary care, and then development into post-trauma, so we're looking at a lot of soldiers who were injured, how could we increase muscle strength, etc. Where muscle had even been lost in severe trauma. Can't put heavy loads on them, so what happens is understanding the science behind hypoxia, so when we restrict oxygen into the muscle. So what this does is this therefore fatigues very quickly the slow twitch fibres, and the slow twitch fibres then are gone, so we then have to activate our fast twitch fibres. So fast twitch fibres produce responses that grow muscle strength, grow muscle size. So really good, yeah, that's what we want. However, there's the extra benefit that we switch off the venous return, we increase that concentration of lactate, we get developments in the vascular system as well. So we can improve VO2. Now studies already show increases of about 5 to 10%. So what I'm going to do is show you ways that we can introduce intervals, sticking to a really strict timeline and power output of 15 to 20 minutes, build that up to elongate the interval, keep it at a low load, and then when ready add in a mixture of the low load and very short periods of high intensity work, whereby we use the recovery phase, to drive up the metabolic responses of the system. So in summary, think of it as taking away the heavy loading, what we might call the tear and repair system to get that muscle development. So if we're taking that away, we're also switching off the elements of the recovery feeling, so we can train more. And if we can add this in 3 times a week at 15 to 20 minutes, and we can taper it into your training, think of the gains that you could get. So you're going to follow my little journey. I'm going to be working with a number of my athletes doing this as well, but I want to open it up to you guys as well. So this is just a taster. So you open the box up, I've got a blue cuff, I've got red ones as well. We're going to put them on the arms, we're going to do some core work as well. We're going to do some stability work using them. We don't need to use any weights because our body weight is going to give us enough resistance for where we want to be as cyclists or triathletes or duathletes, etc. So cuff's really simple. What we're going to do is it's got a valve on it, we have a pump, we have a card with instructions. There are a number of training videos you can go through. There are certain prerequisites in terms of our hydration, etc. before we do this, But we'll get straight into it. So valve is going to face inwards, face inwards. We clip it round. You can see how simple this is. So there's nothing to attach. I just put it on. I'm going to keep it nice and high. Pull it in tight. How tight? Well, I'm going to be able to get 2 fingers just through that, so it's nice and snug. Put on the other one. Now I've got the blue and red. There is yellow. There is a grey. You can go much bigger. I'm about 65 kilos when it's wet, but there is bigger and there is smaller. So valve inwards. Second one on. Get the same pressure. 2 fingers down. Nice and easy. Now the GoBStrong system is really clever as well. Yeah, look. There's your legs. There's your arms, dead simple. But it's got a number of pressures that we can start at. And then we'll get feedback, how we feel after the session, etc. So we're going to start with these, 250. So nice easy little clip. You'll hear it clip on, pump it up, 250. Oh, I can feel that grip already. So with the GoBStrong, it's really clever because the padding, the inflation's on the inside, okay? So it fits really snug. Get that to 250, unclip, clip this one on the right leg. Sorry, on fingers and thumbs. There we go. So it just clips on. Nice and easy. 250, I can feel that grip already. Unclip. I'm going to put that in my pocket just now. Obviously I would sit it down again, but this set of intervals I'm going to do, start off, phase 1 is 2 minutes over 5 intervals with a minute off. Then I'm going to have a bridge interval. I'm going to start at 3 minutes, but I'm going to deflate. Okay, then I'm going to pump up for the second one. Okay, so real super simple. So I can feel it already. So think, what I'm doing is there's about 50% less oxygenated blood going to go to the muscle. So those slow twitch fibres, they're going to hit failure pretty quickly. Now what I want to show you, I want to show you the whole interval. We'll skim forward to the end, but we'll do the first one together. I want to show you how easy it is to move in this system. Okay, so very simple. Okay, you can see that, yeah, I can feel that I've got them on, but my movement, okay, is fine. But wow, boy, can I feel that already. So for me, my first intervals are going to be in the region of 150 watts for 2 minutes. So something that, you know, it's a real easy recovery day. But I can already feel that. Okay, now I've got a lot of my data's already here, my VO2, my peak power. 150 for me is a health checker session normally, where I look at my heart rate responses. It's part of other tests that I do to measure fatigue and share with athletes. So what we'll do is we'll get this first 2 minutes done. If you stay with me, we'll see how we go. So I'll give you my responses. We'll get that up to 150. If I can, I'm struggling. Wow. So I'm going to keep my cadence right about 90 to 95 on the walk hike. I'm not joking. I can feel the fatigue already, so I can feel that flip. So to me that's a response I might expect maybe an hour and a half into a ride. Now yeah, I'm just starting off. I had a little spin to get the legs going before we kicked on the video. Then I'm about 40 seconds to go before the end. Now think of including this as part of a warm-up in your routine. So you can see movement, super smooth. I'm not being impinged anyway. We've got about 10 seconds to go. So it's really important though, you don't start off and you go crazy on the system. Allow your body to get used to it, get that feedback. Okay, we switch off into a minute. We'll just have that active recovery. We'll spin through. You can hear me gulping for a little bit of air there. Really interesting. Okay, I'm going to switch the video off. I'm going to do the session and talk a little bit more science, but I don't want to bore you with it all at the moment. But I'll talk to you about my response and my feeling for the end of this sort of day 1, phase 1 session. Okay, I'll talk to you in a bit. I've got some work to do here. Woo! Okay, just finished the final effort. I don't feel physically, in terms of my breathing, etc., but my legs feel like I've just climbed. I've spent a day in the saddle. Okay, so we'll just release the pressure. Oh, that feels good. You can push your finger into the valve, or you can obviously set it on deflate. Open up and then just undo. My legs do feel ridiculously fatigued. So I'm going to have a little spin. Just take them off. Just going to have a little spin just to feel the difference there. Just to pop it up to 150 again. As we've been doing in the workouts there. Difference is incredible. So there you go straight into that output. I've got that feeling of fatigue still in the legs, but the smoothness in terms of how the legs feel together. So that's the first. I'm still trying to catch my breath. And I'm working at such a low load. Oh. So, wow, that's the first session. And so what's happening is, obviously that extra lactating system now, it's all over the place. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into detail about what's happening in other muscles, because there is a crossover effect here. There's a massive crossover effect in terms of my vascular system. There's even some impact on the... Listen to me, man. I'm puffing away here like an old man. Well, I'm an old man, but puffing away. So, we'll talk more about that. This is just a soft touch. We're using the system. I'm going to share this video with particular groups of people. It's not sort of on the public system as yet. So it's about now getting back, asking me questions about it, where my journey is going to go with it, how the sessions they all dovetail together, and how I'm going to incorporate them in other work. Okay, right. So my next thing is going to be how I feel tomorrow, what kind of fatigue is from that, and then we just keep it going. Okay, we do the next session again. I'm going to do one again later tomorrow. Okay, and I'm going to do similar workout, just those 2-minute efforts, nice low intensity, and I'm going to keep it going. Okay, but I can already, my legs are, there's a response in terms of obviously the fluid, the water that's gone in there. So yeah, I've got that puffed up feeling. Okay, talk to you real soon. It's going to be a great little journey, and I'm sure loads of you are going to jump in and join me. I want a piece of this magic. Okay, speak to you soon. Take care.